Hey guys, welcome to another recap of Dancing with the Stars. It's Latin night and it's the dance-off, head-to-head dance-off for the very first time ever. Alright, so beginning the show was Jacoby and Karina. They had a salsa. All of the dances tonight were Latin. Jacoby, sloppy, it was rushed, but it was fun. It's a salsa. It doesn't have to be technical, right? I don't know, I think it does. But Carrie-Anne stooped to new levels. She told him that the salsa was so in him that he could fart the salsa. Then she proceeded to make lots of other fart references and everything. Carrie-Anne, everyone knows that fart jokes should not come from a lady. Do the math. Alright, they ended up with a 27. I'm really surprised they got a 27 for that. Ingo and Kim up next with their rumba. I thought this was a pretty hot rumba. I thought it was steamy. However, the judges were crabbing about something or other. His lines weren't right, blah, blah, blah. You know what? It was okay for Jacoby and Karina to not be technically perfect, but since Ingo and Kim didn't do this perfectly, they punished them severely. 22. I was like, after I heard that, you know, they were crabbing, I thought, oh, well, maybe they're going to get like an 8 or something. No, 22. So that's 2 7s and an 8. I thought that was pretty harsh. Kelly and Derek, they had a samba. And I thought it was really great. I didn't get the whole slow motion sequence in there, but I thought it was really great. And apparently the judges did too, because they gave him a 29. The thing that I hated about this was Carrie-Anne patronizing, well, not even patronizing, she was just being really rude to Kelly. She was like, all right, Kelly, pay attention, focus, focus, you know, listen to what I'm telling you. Come on, Carrie-Anne, that's really rude. There's no need for that. Alright, Andy and Sharna had a rumba. Poor Andy. He's totally fun, and the dance was fun, but this was not sexy in the least. They tried to make it a little slightly comedic, like she was a jewel thief, or, you know, she was after his jewels. But he's all Gumby legs. God bless his heart. I think his legs are fused. I love him, but I'm afraid for him this week. I really think he's going home. The judges, especially Carrie-Anne, were extremely harsh. She gave him a 5. 17 for the two of them. Ouch. Allie and Mark up next. And Mark hurt his back. He had to go to Cedars-Sinai spinal whatever, and he couldn't do rehearsals all week, so Henry stood in for him to work with Allie on a salsa, and he taught her the other 3 dances, or they went over the other 3 dances as well for the dance-off, because it was a choice between 3 dances. And he showed up for the performance. He was still visibly in pain, but they took out the lifts, and like a trooper, he performed. Hey, the show's got to go on. And, you know, I think this actually worked out to her advantage, because I think she made some real progress this week. I think maybe having Henry, you know, a different partner, really helped her out a lot. I don't know what's holding her back with Mark, but Henry seemed to have brought out a lot of performance in her. So either that, or she was just being more outgoing so that they would get a higher score, because, you know, do it for the Gipper, do it for Mark. So they ended up with a 29. Sean and Peta, they had a rumba. He is so Gumby legs. He's clunky. Even Bruno pointed out that it looks like he's going to the toilet when he sticks his bottom out. It does. I think the judges are extremely generous in their scores for him, and they were this week as well. They gave him a 24. Closing out the single performance of the evening, you know, Zendaya and Val had a paso. They were the only ones that had a paso tonight, paso doble. And I thought it was pretty fierce. Was it the best paso I've ever seen? No. But I thought it was, you know, top notch for this group of dancers and celebs. And they only ended up with a 27. The judges were freaking crabbing overtime about this. Oh, you didn't hold your eyelash in the right angle or whatever. I'm a little upset by that, but because I thought she was probably as good as Kelly. All right, now this dance-off nonsense. I thought it was kind of a time waster, that it wasn't that exciting. Kelly and Derek have immunity. The highest scorer of the single dances has immunity, can't be eliminated tomorrow, but there was a little problem. There was a tie between Allie and Mark and Kelly and Derek. So they both had 29. So the second criteria is if there's a tie, then you go to the highest cumulative, and that would be Kelly and Derek. So Kelly and Derek have immunity. Now the rest of the way this shooting match works is there's 6 couples left, and it's a head-to-head thing. So the second highest score, which would be Allie and Mark, choose another one of the couples to dance head-to-head with, but the other couple that they choose gets to pick the style of dance between or among cha-cha, jive, and rumba. So Allie and Mark went for the easy mark. They must like shooting fish in a barrel because they picked Andy and Sharna. And Andy and Sharna picked a cha-cha. And you know what? Andy's cha-cha was pretty damn respectable. It was probably one of the better dances that he's done on the entire show. So he did put in the time rehearsing. I thought they looked better than they usually look. You know, granted the dance was only 40 seconds, but they didn't have a snowball's chance in hell against Allie and Mark. So, of course, Allie and Mark won an extra 3 points to add to their score, like they needed it. And then the next highest score was Zendaya and Val. And instead of picking off one of the, you know, the wounded, they decided, well, we're going to pick the next highest scorer, which would be Jacoby and Karina. And they picked the jive. So this was more even matchup. But clearly, Zendaya and Val deserved to win, and they did. So they got the 3 extra points, like they needed it. Maybe they did. I don't know. So that leaves Sean and Peta and Ingo and Kim to dance the rumba, which was both of their dances this week. They both danced the rumba this week. So this was their second shot at dancing the rumba, both of them. It was pretty clear to me that Ingo and Kim deserved to win this. And they did. They got the extra 3 points that they were robbed of, you know, during the single dances, because clearly Ingo and Kim's rumba was better than Sean and Peta's in the single dances, and they were scored lower. So, yeah. It's a mess. Andy's probably going to go home tomorrow, so say your goodbyes now. Tomorrow on the show, Michael Bublé. Hello, have you heard he's got a new album that just dropped last week? And it's pretty awesome. I got it from Maddie. She's really, really, really enjoying it. She'll be watching the results show tomorrow. I already texted her to let her know. Some kids from Camden, New Jersey, which, by the way, is on the top 10 list, coming in at number 2 of the most dangerous cities in the United States to live. Scary. So they're improving their lot in life through dance, which is going to be exciting to see. And also an inspirational story about one of the people who lost their leg in the Boston bombing. They're a ballroom dancer. It's probably going to be a real tearjerker, so get the tissues ready. I'm looking forward to it because I love stuff like that. So kids, till tomorrow, let me know who your favorite was and who you think is going to be going home. And until tomorrow, much love.